こんにちは。アルファアドバイザーズの坂下です。今日はカーネギーメロンの MBA のアドミッションが来てくださいました。カーネギーメロンの MBA、カーネギーメロン大学皆さんご存知の通り、もう理工系でもトップオブトップですね。もうほぼ頂点にいる素晴らしい学校なんですけれども、そこで、MBA、今日はビジネススクールのお話をしたいと思います。で、カーネギーメロンユニバーシティはですね、特に MBA 非常にたくさん特徴があるんですけれども、おそらく皆さんこれから MBA の受験をしていこう、MBA の準備しようという方にとっては、まず一つすごく大きく、テスト対策というところがですね、非常にテスト対策がしやすい。すごくトップの学校ですし、内容も素晴らしいんですけれども、一方でテストに関してはかなり、最近のトレンドを取り入れている学校でして、具体的に言うと GMAT GRE が不要で、その代わりにエグゼクティブアセスメントのスコアで受験ができるとか、あとは TOEFL IELTS の代わりに、デュオリンゴですね。デュオリンゴイングリッシュテストで受験ができるっていうね、そういうのをいち早く取り入れている学校です。で、もう中身については、今日、アドミッションの方にお話しいただくので、ぜひそちらどんどん見ていただいて、どんなことでもご質問いただければと思うんですが、もうやはり MBA、通常の MBA のカリキュラムも非常に、かっこ、リガルスなプログラムなんですけれども、それ以外にも、トラック、専攻というのかな。それでビジネスアナリティクスとか、アントレプレナーシップとか、その他、マネジメント全般的なところがよりフォーカスして学べたり、あとはマシンラーニングとか、プログラミングとか、いわゆるクロスレジストレーションみたいな形で、他の大学院のプログラムを取れたりっていうですね、もう非常にもうこれからの時代に最強のプログラムになっております。で、今日はたっぷりアドミッションの方から学校のこと、それから皆さんが気になっているおそらく就職後のキャリアのこととか、あとはアプリケーションのこと、もうすべてお話しいただきたいと思いますので、ぜひ、アドミッションの方にね、直接ガンガン聞けるのはなかなか機会がないと思いますし、日本語で構いませんので、ご質問があれば、どんどんご質問、コメント入れていただければと思います。はい。では早速、アドミッションの方から、まずは学校の説明をいただいて、最後にご質問はまとめてお答えしたいと思います。アルファでもカーネギーメロンの MBA、毎年合格出してますし、私費の方も社費の方も、合格されています。結構社費の方もいらっしゃる学校なんですけれども、私費の方も合格していますし、学校に受験したいなとか、あるいは MBA 考え始めたし、いや、カーネギーメロンも興味あるんですけど、どういう準備していけばいいですかとか、ぜひいつでもご相談いただければと思います。アルファではまず無料相談やってますので、ご興味がある方はいつでも無料相談入れていただければと思います。では、アドビッションの方からお話しいただこうと思います。Tony, thank you for your time today.
Of course, thank you for having me.
Yeah, and could you start the presentation? We were really excited to have you today.
Absolutely, happy to. Good evening, everybody. My name is Tony Gomez. I'm a Senior Associate Director of Admissions over at the Tepper School of Business at Carnegie Mellon University. I oversee the recruitment process for our full-time MBA program, and I'm here to talk to you a little bit about that program this evening. So at Tepper, we are powering the future. What does that future hold for business, though, society, and for you? We know that our world is speeding toward a new age defined by vast quantities of data. We want to make sure that our candidates, our future MBAs, are able to harness this information in order to make sound and innovative business decisions. At Tepper, we are the home of the intelligent future, where we are driven by data, but reimagined by humans. So we'll dive a little bit into how we do this here. A Tepper MBA combines advanced analytics with individualized leadership coaching in order to unleash your boldest thinking. We do this through combining the science of management science, and the art of leadership. Carnegie Mellon University is the birthplace of management science. This is a data-informed approach to business. Instead of looking in the rear view using only case studies, our faculty want to teach students how to solve a problem that has no precedent. Through this type of learning, we recognize that analysis and insight into the data are our power when making future business decisions. The art of leadership is a personalized approach to leadership development. We approach this from a framework with emotional intelligence, where we realize that that is our asset. Future leaders need self-knowledge, empathy, and the ability to inspire. Each of these characteristics are specific and unique to you, and we are helping to meet you where you are in this journey. Science of management, art of leadership, we know that one without the other won't lead to the success that you're looking for. We know that data is only as powerful as human intellect and creativity that we use to interpret and act upon it. Both are crucial because without knowing how to sell your idea within an organization or how to share your vision and motivate your team, it doesn't matter if you've identified the best solution to the issue that your organization faces. You need those persuasive skills to sell it. With a Tepper MBA, you will graduate with the analytical skills to develop inventive solutions and the leadership expertise to inspire others to join you. We believe that this combination is truly what separates the Tepper MBA from other MBA program graduates and will help set you apart in the marketplace as well. We believe that leaders are made and not born through our leadership journey. It's not merely about your style or your personality. It's about these identifiable behaviors that can be adjusted to achieve optimal performance. Because it isn't about personality, leadership skills can be learned and therefore taught. This is how you will learn them at Tepper. You will work with our executive coaches on a customized leadership development assessment, one-to-one coaching, and a personal leadership roadmap. Our Accelerate Leadership Center, ALC, as you may hear me refer to it as, the coaches will work with you on key leadership behaviors that will lead to career success. There are 3 steps to your leadership development. The first is taking stock, second, building your toolkit, and third, testing your skills. Taking stock, we give assessments at the very beginning of your Tepper experience, and then work with you one-on-one to create a plan during your 2 years at Tepper, where you'll be working to implement that plan with your executive coach. Building your toolkit, through that one-on-one coaching in certain development areas, you'll have workshops that are designed to develop your specific skills. Again, these are all tailored exactly to you and your needs. Finally, testing your skills. With your executive coaches, you're going to create this plan and practice these skills during specific behavioral opportunities, which range from internships, jobs, club leadership roles, or other team-based activities. Most importantly, though, I want to highlight that we really try to meet you where you are in your leadership journey. For some of you, this is going to be an amazing eye-opening opportunity to build skills that seem elusive or may have eluded you within your career. Others may be thinking that you've already developed strong leadership skills, and the leadership development piece might not be that important. We can help you to continue to improve in this area and become even more sophisticated than you already are. Military candidates typically come to the MBA program with a depth of leadership experience. If you have military experience, we can help you leverage your leadership skills into the business environment. Regardless of your starting point, you will leave ready to step forward as a leader within your organization and ready to inspire change. Now that you kind of understand more why the science of management and the art of leadership matter in an MBA program, we'll drill down into some of the specifics of the MBA curriculum at Tepper. So to give you an idea of our programs, here is a quick slide showing the details of our programs. For your purposes, the full-time program is on-site in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, which is located in the northeast of the United States. The program runs August through May, with a summer internship. Your classes will take place Monday through Thursday. Schedules will vary, of course, based upon the time that the classes are offered. We typically see students coming in with between 2 to 8 years of work experience, and the program is a roughly 21-month duration. Now, what will your program actually look like? So every student will come in with a core, right? We are hoping that through the program, you will gain depth and breadth as you apply these foundational skills in your chosen electives. At Tepper, you're going to have the flexibility to customize your curriculum based on goals and needs during your electives. You're able to choose multiple concentrations or a track in order to deepen and apply your analytics and your leadership skills. You're able to develop your areas of focus through this multidisciplinary menu of options that you see before you. Some of you may be asking, well, what's the difference between a concentration and a track? I'm glad that you asked. So a concentration is 3 classes in any area of our curriculum. So that will become a concentration. Students can have anywhere from 3 to 5 concentrations, whereas a track has 8 to 10 prescribed electives designed to provide depth in each area. A concentration will provide more flexibility, while your tracks provide a more structured set of coursework for you. Another additional benefit of being at Carnegie Mellon is that you will have access to top-ranked graduate programs across the entire campus. You're able to explore interdisciplinary electives in any of the other 7 colleges and schools at CMU. Courses across CMU are open to you as a Tepper MBA. If you want to brush up on your programming skills, you can go to our College of Computer Science and do so. If you want to learn alongside of students in a design thinking class, our School of Design is open to you. You're going to have endless opportunities to take electives in order to deepen your skills. So some of you may be thinking now, well, that's wonderful to hear this background about the MBA, but where will this take me? Here is an idea for you all. This slide provides some of our career outcomes as provided by our Master's Career Center for the class of 2023. We had visits from over 225 targeted MBA recruiters. 97% of our students received offers within 3 months of graduation. Our median base salary for the class of 2022 was $148,670. It remained about the same for our class of 2023. We provide over 4,000 one-on-one career coaching sessions with your MCC, your Master's Career Center counselors, and over 100 students participate throughout case competitions every year. I apologize, I forgot to update this slide, my apologies. For 2022, you can see our outcomes here, but for 2023, we actually had about 43% of our students go into consulting. So quite the uptick from that. Into the tech industry, it roughly stayed the same. Financial services went up a little bit to 8%. We saw a slight decrease in pharmacy and other, which is sort of a catch-all. But roughly 60% of our students move into either the tech or consulting industries by the time their time is up at Tepper. Approximately 99% of our students head over to remain within the US after graduation. Roughly 33% remain in the Northeast, while about 25% move to the West Coast. It tends to be a geographical leader of where our students work after the MBA. You're also going to find Tepper alumni within 85 countries across the globe. So it's a very strong alumni network to help provide you with the connections that you're looking for. Some of our top employers at Tepper, again, have remained consistent throughout the years. So Google has remained a top employer, Bain, McKinsey, Deloitte, Alex Partners, PwC, Microsoft, Capital One, Amazon. If you're thinking of some of the biggest companies in the world, most likely they are coming to Tepper to find our alumni. So what's next for you all? So would love to talk to you more about the application process. You can also feel free to reach out to me directly. Here's my contact information. I'm open to email, phone calls, however you wish to get a hold of me. We've also taken sort of the guesswork out of the application process. So this tool here called Chart Your Path is available on our website. This is a 7-step tool to access essential resources, complete action items toward admission, and to prepare your strongest application. We are currently within the round 4 application process. Round 4 will close on May 6th. I will put this caveat there: as international applicants, it may be very tough to secure a student visa. At this point, it may not come within time of the program beginning. So you'll want to take that into consideration if you decide to apply for round 4. The safe bet for me would be to wait till the new application cycle for fall 2025 opens. That will take place in August, and I'd apply for round 1 in that case. But again, happy to take any of your questions at this point.
Thank you. Thank you for your presentation. Yeah, so I'm very impressive, especially data, so driven by data.
Mhm.
So that sounds very like Carnegie Mellon University is for very strong point of your
Oh yes, it's
not
very
only
much what
MBA
we're known
and
for as a
also
university.
yeah. So your program is very strong for data driven and also human management. That's very impressive.
Mhm.
And so could we go back to the slides about concentration?
Yes.
Yeah, I like to know more about concentration. So what is difference between each concentration? There is some core curriculum for MBA, and also there is some concentration for electives and such kind of.
Correct. So when you come into the program for your first year, half of a year, students will be within their core of the MBA, taking things such as finance, econ, those standard courses that are common across the MBA. The concentrations, though, are many specializations that students can focus on. Every student enrolled within the MBA must have at least one concentration in order to graduate. These are about 3 classes within these areas. Now, what's nice about the concentrations, too, is it provides a lot of flexibility for our students. So the concentrations are really going to take place within the elective portion of the curriculum. And a lot of these electives may count toward more than one concentration area. So for example, our negotiations elective will count for entrepreneurship, strategy, and communications. Right, so you've already knocked out one of the required 3 classes in 3 different concentrations, and you can mix and match the other ones to achieve additional concentrations.
Thank you. So for the tracks is for optional, or all student needs to take some tracks?
Tracks are 100% optional. These are for students who want more of a structured, in-depth exploration of a particular area. So for example, our Management of Innovation and Product Development track. This is 8 to 10 courses within the field of product management. It's administered in conjunction with our College of Computer Science. You must also meet an additional requirement to be within this major. So there's another admission process almost to this. You must show some type of prowess, expertise within the computer science field. So either having an undergraduate degree in that area, a graduate degree in that area, or depth of practical experience to be admitted. All of your tracks have their own individualized capstone project as well that put you in contact with industry leaders, and you're working on real-time, real-world experiential learning pieces there as well.
Thank you. なので、コンセントレーションは皆さん必ず取って、3クラスなので3つクラスをそれぞれのコンセントレーションに応じて取って、トラックの場合はオプショナルなので、必ずしも取らなくてもいいんですけれども、よりビジネスアナリティクスだったら、その分野で体系だった知識を得られると。で、多分ね、レジュメとかにも書けるので、自分は MBA も取ってビジネスアナリティクスのトラックで学んでましたよっていうのが一つのアピールにもなるんじゃないかなと思います。皆さんからですね、結構ご質問もあるんですが、ちょっと私もう一つだけ気になって伺いたいことがあるんですが、So final question for me before moving into Q&A from audience. So I'm just very curious about the percentage of students who are accepted the job in the US after graduation. So what do you think, what makes the strongness in the job acceptance rate in the US?
Yeah, I really think that this is it's sort of twofold. I think that it is the guidance from our Master's Career Center. They are really working to make sure that that a student is networking through all possibilities within their career. A lot of students will come into the program with the mindset that, for example, if you're going to consulting, that you have to be one of the top 3 firms, right, in that MBB bracket to find success. That's not necessarily the case, right? You can still find a great salary, great benefits, great career path going through maybe some boutique consulting firms, and then using that experience to propel into a larger firm one day. Just really helping students see the multiple pathways that they have to get to the jobs that they're looking for. I think that our alumni network is a great help in this as well. We have a very strong alumni network who are within key roles of certain industries that are targeted, coveted by our students, and they are making those crucial connections to help them get to that goal. Also, our students are just great coming through the program. They are learning so much so fast because of the unique structure of our program as well. Our program is based on a mini semester model, where instead of taking a course for a full 14 weeks, you're taking that course for around 7 weeks and then switching to a brand new set of courses for another 7 weeks. So you have the ability there to more or less, double your learning within the same amount of time and becoming true masters in a lot of these areas, which is a value benefit to a lot of companies.
Thank you. Great. 卒業後の It's 99% or
within the US, yes.
Okay. So could we back onto the slide about career in the US? Yeah, that's it. なので 99% がですね、アメリカで職についているということで、結構驚異的なんじゃないかなと思いますけれども、いろんな学校をアルファでも見てますけれども、ここまでね、アメリカでなかなか職を得るっていうのは、一定数の方はもちろんアルファでサポートして、日本人とかインターナショナルスチューデントの方でアメリカで仕事を得ている、アメリカでなので就職を成功している方は結構いらっしゃるんですが、全体的に見てこの数値はね、驚異的だと思いますので、今おっしゃっていたように、主に2つおっしゃってましたけれども、やっぱりキャリアサービスがすごく充実しているっていうことと、もちろん事業の中身もね、非常にテック業界の就職も強かったですけれども、キャリアサポートで、もちろんいろんなリクルーターの方を紹介してもらえたりとか、あとは、アラムナイネットワークと、卒業生とネットワーク、あとは結構たっぷりですね、マスターでしっかり学んで、就職活動にも時間を割いたりできるというのがあるとおっしゃってましたが、これはね、かなりアメリカで就職したい人にとっては、カーネギーメロンの MBA の称号ももらえて、かつ、キャリアサービスも非常に手厚いということで、結構キャリアサービスがね、手厚くて本当に実践的っていう学校は実は少なかったりするので、かなり貴重じゃないかなと思います。では、ちょっと皆さんからご質問をいただいているので、そちらに移ろうと思います。So I want to move on to the Q&A session with audience. Zoom で参加いただいている方もですね、日本語でいただいてますので、I will read the question in Japanese at first and then translate them into English for the admission to answer the questions. まず今年のファイナルラウンドでアプライしてダメだった場合で、来年のファーストラウンドで申し込む場合、数ヶ月の間に成長を考えにくいことから、来年のファーストラウンドが賢明でしょうかと、いうことですね。では、こちらから伺っていこうと思います。So, I want to apply for your program. So, in this case, would it be better to apply for next year's first round? という。
So, in my opinion, I would say yes. I would say to wait for round one of fall 2025. I am not sure what the processing time is on visas. If you were to apply for round four, those decisions aren't going out until June. So that would really only leave you with part of June, all of July, for your visa to be secured in order to arrive into the US for August. I think that's a very truncated timeline, and you may be putting some things at risk by waiting that long. So it'd be safer to apply for round one of 2025.
Thank you. 少しですね、ちょっと質問が、ちょっと聞き方があれかなと思って、少し、変えて聞いてしまったんですけど、今年は、今からだと、まだ5月に締め切りはあるんですけれども、もう来年のラウンドでアプライすることをお勧めしますというお答えですね。で、5月に申し込むとですね、6月とかになっちゃうんですね、合格が。なので、日本人とかインターナショナルスチューデントの方でビザが必要な場合は、ちょっとあまりにもギリギリになってしまうので、もう今年ではなくて、来年2025年の入学で申し込んでくださいということですね。はい。なので、今から皆さん、2025年に向けて9月から出願が始まりますので、ちょうど半年ぐらい準備ができて、じっくり腰を据えてできるかなと思いますので、今から来年に向けて準備していきましょうという感じですね。はい。では次ですね。パートタイムというのは何時頃のクラスに週何回程度出席する必要がありますか？仕事との両立を検討したいと思っていますということですね。でも、アメリカに住んでる方だったら、アメリカに駐在とかしてる方なのかな？日本からだったらね、多分パートタイムってビザが出ないので無理なんですけど、一応駐在とかされてたり、アメリカにいらっしゃる方という前提でね、聞きたいと思います。So the next question is about the requirements for a part-time program. So
Okay.
what time are part-time classes typically held, and how many times per week student needs to attend? So he or she is considering how to balance it with
Gotcha.
her work.
So I guess I would ask a question back to that person if they are based in the US or based in Japan. Simply because the part-time program does not grant a student visa to international students, because there will be an on-campus requirement to the part-time program. So there is a requirement to attend courses on campus at least 3 times per year at this point, and we do not provide a student visa for that.
Mm-hmm.
So unless they're already working within the US, yeah.
Thank you. I have same thoughts about this question. So if they're the candidates is based in US, for example, for a US company or US-based Japanese company, how many times or how long commit is needed for the students per week?
So the part-time program, classes meet at least twice per week for 90 minutes. And they are offered on 2 times during Eastern Standard Time. So one time would be about 7 p.m. and the other would be about 9 p.m. This is more or less to accommodate those who are on the West Coast of the United States. The on-campus component is just for a weekend. So students would come in on a Friday afternoon and they would depart Pittsburgh on a Sunday.
Thank you. では次です。次のご質問は、はい。テック企業への US 就職を目指していますと。テック企業に多くの卒業生が就職できている要因は何でしょうか？立地は西海岸の MBA が有利な気がしておりましたが、企業の社員が学校に来てくれるなどでコネクションを作る機会があるのでしょうかということですね。So the next question is career after graduation. He or she is aiming for a job in the tech industry in the US. So what do you think are the reason why many graduates are able to secure jobs in tech companies in the US. So the audience had the impression that West Coast MBA is more advantageous due to the locations, but it is also because there is company visitor school for campus recruiting, providing an opportunity to build connections with students.
Right. So I think, I think that COVID changed a lot of things, right? The approach to recruiting, of course. You're no longer bound by geographics as to the companies that you can pursue from the business school that you're in. Also, Carnegie Mellon has one of the best reputations for tech out of any university in the world. We are a leader in computer science, we're a leader in machine learning, and that reputation extends through our MBA program as well. When leaders within these industries see that you have Carnegie Mellon, Tepper on your resume, on your degree, that opens up a new world of possibilities for the tech industry. It shows sort of the seal of approval among industry leaders that you not only have the business skills, but that you have the tech skills in order to walk within these certain areas.
Thank you. なので、プログラムで、よりテクノロジーのスキルが学べるということもあるかなというところですかね。あと先ほどおっしゃってた、やはりコネクションがすごく強いので、卒業生がもうすでに入ってるっていうのが大きいんじゃないかなと思いますね。皆さんの就職を見てると、やはりアメリカだとリファーラルとかネットワークがすごく効いてくるというのがね、もう通例だと思いますので、すでに卒業生がたくさん入ってるっていうのも、よりそれでいい循環ができてるんじゃないかなというふうに私からも思いました。はい。So, could you share a student's background regarding industry and the working experience?
Yeah, absolutely. So work experience, our students tend to have about 2 to 8 years within the full-time MBA program. Less than 1% come from right out of college. So we do like you to have some type of work experience under your belt. As far as the industries that our students are coming from, it really is a smattering of industries. I would say about 40% are coming from engineering backgrounds. We have a small percentage of students who are coming from consulting roles. Others are coming from consumer product goods. We have some who are coming from the nonprofit sector, education. We have others who are coming in from marketing. I have one who is he has been a lab manager for a supercomputing laboratory for about the past 5 years. So we have some very niche areas too that our students are coming from. But it helps create a wonderful environment where everybody can learn from these unique experiences and help apply it to their future learning.
Thank you. ですね、IT、ちょっとご質問が、来ていたのに関連して、スチューデントどういうところがね、来てるか伺ったんですが、40% がエンジニアリングのバックグラウンドの方ということで、やはりテック系のバックグラウンドの方が多いんだなっていうふうにね、思いましたが、あとはコンサルとか消費財とか、ノンプロフィットとかエデュケーションとかマーケティングとか、幅広く、いろんなバックグラウンドの方が来られているとおっしゃっていらっしゃいましたね。大体2年から8年働いていくということなので、30プラスくらいまでの方も十分聞けるんじゃないかなと思います。で、ご質問で、IT 出身人材が、MBA を学ぶとし、違う。さっきのこと。IT 人材が MBA を学ぶことのメリットは何でしょうかということがあったので、多分目的によるかなと思いますので、少し皆さん IT バックグラウンドの人がどういうモチベーションで来られているのかって伺おうかなと思います。So, what the motivation for student with engineering background to pursue MBA degree in Carnegie Mellon University?
No, that is a great question. So a lot of our engineering students, they tend to see their careers hit a certain ceiling. after a certain number of years. They become maybe an engineer level 3, but they have this desire to really start supervising people. They find themselves lacking the business acumen in order to see decisions being made from that bigger picture view, and they find themselves with the skills that aren't developed yet for leadership. So they're coming into the MBA to gain that business acumen and to learn how to manage people, so that way they can become effective managers for their future careers. And some are just looking to possibly pivot out of the engineering industry, right? So quite a few of our engineers, they look for a pivot into consulting as well, because they know that in order to gain the experience that they want in business, consulting is probably one of the best ways in which to do that, given all the problems that you face as a consultant.
Thank you, thank you. Very understandable. エンジニアリングの方がですね、なぜ来られるかっていうご質問をしたんですけれども、一つ、二つ今言っていただきまして、一つはやはりそのシーリング、天井をやっぱり皆さん、エンジニアでこう叩き上げで技術職でやってきてこられた方は感じられると。で、やはりそれより上の職位について人をマネージしていくとかってなると、やはり一つはマネージメントの知識とか実践、スキル、それからビジネスのそのアキュメン、知識とか、実際にビジネスのどう回していくかっていうところが、どうしても不足していると感じて皆さん来られるとおっしゃってましたね。はい。そういう事例はすごくアルファでも多くって、ある程度まで行くと特に外資系でよりマネージメントの方に行くってなると、エンジニアさんでも、あと人事の方とかでも、やはりビジネスのまさにアキュメン、なんていうの、知識とかが、より補ってくださいねって言われて MBA 取られる方が多いので、それはエンジニアさんでも同じということかなと思います。あとは、そのピボットアウトですね。なので、エンジニアリングの仕事してたけれども、そこからビジネスを学んで、コンサルとか金融とか、いわゆるキャリアチェンジ、業界を変えるとか、職種を変えるという目的で皆さん来られるということですね。はい。あとはですね、ちょっと、リクワイアメントのところですね。So the next question is for the requirement for application. Do you need bachelor's degree for the application, or people with some business or engineering background can apply for your program without bachelor degree?
So you must have at least a 4-year bachelor's degree in order to apply for the program. Because it is an accredited master's within the United States, we cannot accept anyone without at minimum a 4-year bachelor's degree. It can be in any subject, but it has to be a 4-year bachelor's.
Thank you. なので、バチェラー4年間の学士の、学位は必要ということですね。学校によっては、大学院とかで、特にアメリカとかね、ある程度職業経験があれば、受験できるというところもあるんですけど、カーネギーメロンとかね、結構トップスクールは、バチェラー要求しているところが多いんじゃないかなと思います。では、次ですね。US の就職レートについて、トランプ政権だった時の留学生の UX 就職レート、どのくらいでしたでしょうかと。そうですね。ちょっとバイデンさんになってから増えてるところがあると思いますので。So, about the career in the US, do you see any changes in the percentage of the accepted jobs in the US before Biden, before President Biden? Because there, so.
I know. I personally don't have that data. I would have to look into the data to see what that says. I don't have that available right now. The student who asked that can feel free to email me, and I'll look the answer up for them. It's always an interesting cycle when we go through elections, because there's always a little bit of anxiety around what's going to happen. So I completely understand the question, but if they want to email me, I'm happy to look that up for them.
Thank you. ですね、データ特にないので、ちょっとね、 必要だったら調べて、教えてくれるということなんですけど、ビザはね、結構、出やすくなったかなと思いますけども、ぜひご相談していただければと思います。あとは、そうですね。では、あとは、ご家族で留学したいという方がいるんですけど、ちょっとそれだけ最後にこちらから聞こうかなと思いますね。So, I want to go MBA with my families. So, could you share some support for families of the students, if there are anything?
Oh, absolutely. So Tepper has what's called a Partners Club. So through the Partners Club, that's a place where partners of current students can go to find support with one another. They form friendship, partnerships. They're doing activities together, sort of acting as a buddy program as well, and helping people transition into the States. There's a subgroup within that organization for individuals who have children. So that way, they can schedule play dates, look at different babysitting opportunities, childcare opportunities that come about, really helping to familiarize each other with the resources of the area, right? Learning how to go to the doctor in the US is a brand new skill that people will have to develop, right? Making sure that if you have kids who are old enough to go to school, that you're in a good school district that's supportive and has the resources for your students. So in the short, yes, there are plenty of resources to help families make a transition.
Thank you. なので、ご家族のサポートはね、学校にもそういうサポート体制が結構整っているということなので、結構ご家族で行かれる方も、ほとんどの学校はですね、帯同で行かれる方も結構多いかなと思いますね。はい。では、ちょっとデュアルディグリーについても結構ご質問があるので、伺っていこうと、まとめて伺っていこうかなと思います。So I want to know more about dual degrees because there is some questions related to dual degrees. So could we back on the slides about the dual degree programs in your
I don't. Yes, there we go.
Yeah, 5 dual degrees.
Well, one is on hiatus right now, but yes, there have been 5 dual degrees.
Okay, thank you. So if candidates want to apply for that, for example, like software engineering, is there any prerequisite for the application?
So we evaluate these separately. So your MBA application is evaluated separately from your software engineering application. You would just check a box on the application letting us know that you're applying for the dual degree. So that way we know which program that you'd be starting first if you were admitted. But I can't speak to the requirements of the software engineering degree.
Thank you. ちょっとプレリクイジットのご質問があったのでね、伺ったんですが、アプリケーションは別々になるので、MBA は MBA で出して、ソフトウェアエンジニアリングはソフトウェアエンジニアリングで出すので、結構カーネギーメロンはですね、プレリクイジットとかもあったので、そちらの要件を満たしていれば同時に出せるということですね。So can student apply for example, first go into MBA and apply to software engineering program during the MBA program? Is it acceptable or?
I've had one student do that, but I think you have to do it very early within your first year of your program. You can't do it beyond that first year. Yeah,
Okay.
and I think that they were pretty open with the software engineering. Well, they did it with civil, but they were open with the civil engineering department. What's also nice as well is, again, we offer the ability for students to take as many electives as they want from the other 7 colleges and schools. So you may just be interested in taking a few courses from software engineering as opposed to the entire degree. So that's where some students find more flexibility outside of a traditional dual degree program.
Thank you. 今ですね、その1年目に MBA に入って、途中でデュアルディグリーにできるかっていうのに伺ったんですけど、多分1年目の初めの方に、アプライして、途中からデュアルディグリーになった方が1名ぐらいいるっておっしゃってましたけれども、はい。あとは、非常にさっきのトラックとかでもね、他の7つの、他の大学院の授業も取れるすごくフレキシブルなプログラムなので、デュアルディグリーにしなくてもそちらで勉強する方もいるということですね。ありがとうございます。では、ちょっとこちらの、ご質問は大体お答えしたかな。じゃあ、あとはですね、ちょっともう一つ、日本人の方の合格者について、大体日本人何人ぐらいいますかっていうので。So, how many Japanese students per year, like, basically? It
So
depends on the year,
it,
but
it always depends on the year. We are a small class to begin with. So I want to preface it with that. Our MBA class is around under 200 students. Because we've expanded our master's portfolio, we are looking at bringing in about 160 students for fall 2024. So our Japanese cohort is usually around 5 to 7 students per year. It's never a huge cohort that we have coming in.
Thank you. 5人から7人ぐらい。で、全体もそんなに200人前後で、すごくちょうどいいクラスサイズなので、日本人の方はね、大体10人未満ぐらいかな。毎年、なんかそんなイメージがありますね。はい。では、ちょっとご質問があるんですけれども、なんか H1 ビザのご質問があるんですが、ちょっと何を伺い、ご質問内容の具体的なところがわからないので、ちょっとアプリケーションと、あと奨学金のことを最後に聞いて終わりたいと思います。Thank you for your answer. So that's all for question from audience. So I would like to share with audience about the application process, and also if there is some financial aid, could you share the financial aid and some application process with us?
Yeah. So our application is available online, cmu.edu/Tepper. Like I said, our round 4 deadline is May 6th. Again, use your best judgment if you're applying for round 4 versus round 1 of fall 2025. We make all of our financial aid decisions at the time of admission. So every one of our admitted students is eligible for merit-based scholarships. At the time that you are admitted, the admissions committee, we will make that determination, and your aid will be announced once you are admitted. So once we start sending out our letters, at the same time, you will receive your information about scholarships to university.
Thank you. So for financial aid, is there any scholarship or student loan during the program?
So students won't be able to apply for additional university funding through the program, university scholarships, but there is the opportunity for financial aid. Usually those type of loans will come from private lenders for international students, as you're not eligible for US government loans.
Thank you. なので、大体アメリカの MBA はね、ほとんどそうなんですけれども、ローンに関しては、アメリカの US ガバメントローンという、アメリカの、主に MBA とか、大学院にいた場合に借りられるローンがあるので、学校経由でそういうのにアプライするとか、自分でアプライするとか、そういうような説明もですね、大体学校に入学する前とかに詳しくかなりしてもらえるので、そういったスチューデントローンも活用できますよということですね。Yeah, thank you. Thank you for the great presentation. I believe your program is very fantastic, which is not only has a strong track record after graduation and offer practical learning that many companies seek in the business world. So at the end of this webinar, could you please give your final comments on this?
Yeah, so I think that if you are looking to become a data-informed leader within business who leads from sort of the position with emotional intelligence, I think that Tepper is the place for you to be. We have proven time and time again that we are on the cutting edge of the business industry, of the business education forefront, and that we are really preparing our leaders for what we consider to be the intelligent future. So I hope that you'll seriously consider us, and hopefully I will see you in Pittsburgh sometime soon.
Thank you. Thank you for your time today and great presentation.
Absolutely. Thank you all. I appreciate the time.
Thank you. I appreciate the time. ということで、皆さん、ご視聴ありがとうございました。ご質問いただいてたね、ところは、アルファの方にもご相談を必要に応じていただいて、で受験も冒頭に申し上げたように GMAT、GRE がなくてもエグゼクティブアセスメントで受けられて、かつ英語も TOEFL IELTS ではなくて、デュオリンゴで受けられると。もう全くリファレンスがない。GMAT だからいいとかね、EA だからちょっとこれはダメとか、そういうのは全くないというふうにね、この前にも聞きましたし、先ほどもね、アプリケーションのところでおっしゃっていたので、ぜひテストにも臆することなく、本当に素晴らしいプログラム、実践的で、テックも MBA も学べて、しかも就職も強い、結構最近のね、最強プログラムだと思いますので、ご興味がある方はいつでもご相談いただければと思います。アドミッションの方にもおつなぎできますし、そうすると合格確率も本当にですね、確変して、もうアルファからね、かなりそういう、アルファバリューというか、を使って合格している方も多いので、ぜひご相談いただければと思います。So thank you again, Tony, for your time today. Thank you.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Thank you. こちらで失礼いたします。So thank you. See you. Bye.